2 weeks ago, the volcano behind me erupted, and tourists had to flee from the island because it literally did erupt. There was lava that caused a bunch of fires, and there was a big storm of boiling hot ash.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho, hey, along for the ride. Ho, hey, I'll stay by your side. Ho, hey, you'll always be alright by me. Yes, you're alright by me.
So we came up through the Messina Strait a few days ago and anchored here in Capo di Milazzo. It's a bit industrial, some sort of petrochemical plant there, but on the other side it's quite sort of historical buildings. I'm not quite sure what that is. There's sort of a castle and a fortification up there, but it's been quite rolly. There's a lot of ferries going to and from the Aoelian Islands from here, and they cause a lot of wake, and some of the wake has been horrendous. We really got thrown about, and I lost some tools all over the cockpit when I was servicing the outboard. So quite glad to be moving on. There's a storm coming through this afternoon, but it should only take us about 4 or 5 hours to get up there, so we should be well anchored by the time that comes through. And then going into Volcano itself and taking a look at the volcano. So looking forward to it. Aoelian Islands strung out. You've got Vulcano, Lipari, and right on the end there you've got Stromboli, which is the active volcano. Well, we haven't even left the peninsula of Capo di Milazzo, and already we can see the volcano of Stromboli, or the island of Stromboli, which is an active volcano, and we're seeing just little puffs of smoke coming out of it.
It's really exciting.
I've never been to a volcano that's actually active.
So Stromboli is that thing just over there. You won't be able to see it on camera that well, but...
That's Lipari on the right and Vulcano on the left.
And behind me is an active volcano.
Black sand, isn't it? What do you reckon to that, Ewan?
Hey Dad, I found my first pair of tombstones.
Dad, look, it's a very strange rock.
Yeah, that's ash.
I found Plymouth stone.
You can put it in my
Plymouth
pocket.
stone, Ewan. Okay, we are off to find a sulphur bath, aren't we?
Yes.
Come on, Rowan.
Oh my god, the smell is literally suffocating.
Stinks. Let's get in there, get some mud on us. Right, we're going in the mud bath, the sulphur mud. We're going to get in there and get it all over us because it's supposed to be really good for you.
Kids aren't allowed in, they're only allowed to put their feet in.
I don't have to get out to my knees.
Okay, so this is sulphur bath on the island of Volcano. Yeah, this stuff is... I've never done this before. I don't do this. But yeah, it's soft and smooth and it stinks. Look at it. Ugh. It's Have you got on? You got socks on.
Why are you looking so glum?
Because we're not allowed in, and because kids aren't allowed in, and we've been waiting for this for the whole month.
This lovely Italian man, he keeps giving us lovely big handfuls of squashy mud.
That's the good stuff, that's the prime stuff.
I'll put some on.
Amongst everything else, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a cure for baldness. You won't recognise me after this, I'll be like even more beautiful than I was before. It's already working.
Stinky.
I hate this place.
It's the first time I've been in a hot sea. It's like a thermal vent just under the waves. You swim over and it's really hot.
So we've just been to the mud baths and it stunk. Tomorrow we're anchored here and we are going to walk all the way up there to the volcano's crater.
So that's the top of the volcano. And that's some gases venting from the top. There's the volcano there, and there is the crater. And this is the little anchorage we're in. So it's very, very busy anchorage this morning because there was a bit of a storm last night and everybody kind of ran for shelter.
We're going up to the crater of the volcano. Bring up volcano!
I can't do it.
We're off to go up to Rowan.
The volcanic crater.
Ewan's going to pole vault his way up this volcano. That's where we've got to get to, the top of that.
It's quite steep to get to the top of the mountain, so you can actually hire these kind of like mini cars to get most of the way, but you can also hire walking boots as well. It's quite an entrepreneurial idea.
Dad, can you hire a little car?
It's a sign saying do not go near the smoke. Scary.
We just walked up, so we're here somewhere, aren't we? Walking up here.
Okay. And there is the volcano.
So the last time there was an eruption here was 120 years ago in 1890, I think.
So if you know about Greek mythology, Hephaestus was the god of like volcanoes and he made weapons for the gods. He was also the husband of Aphrodite and he lived inside a volcano because that's how he like made the weapons. And in Roman mythology they changed the name to Vulcano, and this volcano we are standing on at the moment is the volcano that Hephaestus and Volcano lived in.
I am so strong.
You're tearing the rock apart with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
This is a mouth of a volcano. Like a mouth of a volcano. Look. Look. And that's all smoke from the heat actually.
Sulphur, isn't it?
Yeah,
See the yellow?
What?
The yellow on the side of the mountain?
Yeah.
That's all
I'm
sulphur.
gonna die if you go in it.
It's making my nose hurt.
This volcano could erupt now.
So I don't think I've ever seen a place like this in my life. What you can't get on camera is how much it stinks. But it's an incredible sight, all these like yellow trails of sulphurous smoke just coming up from the volcano. It's like something from an alien landscape.
So when sulphur reacts with oxygen, it makes a toxic gas called sulphur dioxide.
The gas over there is like poisonous fumes, and people are like standing in it and like.
There is two types of volcanoes. One is a composite, where it's really steep and it squirts out and then goes down. And a shield volcano is where it just settles like.
So volcanoes are caused by the tectonic plates shifting and making the magma from the bottom rising up to the crust.
Volcanology is the study of volcanoes, and volcanologists try to anticipate when a volcano might erupt. Volcanologists also try to anticipate what damage a volcanic eruption might cause in the local area. We learnt so much about volcanoes that Dari was inspired to make a 1-minute video using Scratch.
The word volcano makes you think of Pompeii and fire. But do you know where the word comes from? Well, volcano means Vulcano, the Roman god of fire. A volcano is formed when the crust on the earth pushes together and some hot magma finds its way out as lava, causing panic nearby like Pompeii. The parts of the volcano also has names: main vent, secondary cone, and magma chamber.
So today for schooling we decided we were going to go and hike up to the crater of an active volcano. So we set off on our little dinghy, tied to the dock, and we started hiking. I think we've hiked for, how long have we hiked for? We've hiked for 1 hour and a half up to the crater, and it is amazing. And when we got here, we can see the sulphur smoke just coming out from the crater, and it's kind of oozing out at various places, and it's really quite amazing. It's something none of us have ever experienced this before, so I think it's a really good school day. So we're just reaching the very top of the crater now.
This is a volcanic chain that runs all the way along the Aoelian. You can see all the microclimates above the peaks of the old volcanoes, causing the clouds to kind of whirl up. It actually looks like the volcanoes are erupting, but they're not.
From up here you can see Stromboli, and you can see the smoke coming out of the crater. You're not allowed to go up to the crater like on this one because it's too active at the moment.
That's Stromboli in the Aoelian, and the last few weeks it started to show signs of activity again. In fact, they've stopped people walking up to the top of the crater. Somebody was killed last month actually. And we'll be sailing past there in the next few days.
So there's Ewan walking down like a proper adventurer, a proper explorer, and in the background is Stromboli erupting. So we've got to get past that sulphur, so we're not going to go through it, we're going to go to the side of it. The sulphur is disgusting.
sulphur and there's toxic fumes coming off it. The only way I can sit this close to it is because the wind's going that way, but it's amazing how this is the volcanic sulphur.
We've been around the crater, around the whole crater, right to the top, the highest point, and then we came down a very steep bit and we had to walk through the sulphur which was oozing out of the ground. We thought we'd get round it, but the path in the end took us through it, so we had to kind of hold our breath and then run for it, because it's really horrible. It kind of gets on your lungs and not very nice and makes it hard to breathe. But now we're back on the helicopter landing patch, just enjoying the view, and in a bit we're going to start walking down.
So the kids have been so good on the walk today, we thought we'd get a bit of a treat.
I got an ice cream inside a peanut.
So that was Volcano. We've made an early start because we want to get to the mainland and there's very little wind today. So Volcano was an amazing place. It's probably one of the most bizarre places we've been to. We walked around the crater of a live volcano and went in the mud baths as well, which was quite an experience. But now we're going to head to the Italian mainland. We're going to stop off on Stromboli on the way, which is an active volcano. We can actually see the plumes of smoke rising above it when we're on top of the Vulcano crater. So we're going to stop off there. We're going to be a bit careful because I don't think you're allowed to land on it because of the pyroclastic flows which are coming down the mountainside. So we're going to swing by it, take a look, and then head on to the mainland and creep our way up the Italian west coast because the wind isn't really in our favour. But we'll see how we get on anyway. So that is Stromboli. It's a classic cone volcano, and most of that on top is cloud, but some of it is also smoke, and we saw that from the other islands, and we're just passing it today on the north side so we don't get in the wind shadow and so we don't get any ash or dust from the volcano. So yesterday when we were on Volcano, I was checking the IIS to see if there's any boats around, and there seemed to be plenty of tripper boats and a few private boats anchored off Stromboli. So made the passage plan to come over here and sort of sail past and take a look at the volcano, and we obviously missed the warning. So as we were heading over here we could see the volcano sort of activating a bit. You know, we saw a few wisps of smoke and didn't think anything of it, and then we got within about a mile of the volcano and then it really started to activate quite a lot. And then we get a call from the Italian coastguard that we need to get 2 miles offshore. So obviously there's been a 2 mile restriction put on the island for today because the volcano is showing particular signs of activity.
Station calling Haddock 2, go ahead.
Good morning, Mom. You cannot enter in this area. You must stay 2 nautical miles along from the coast.
Oh, okay, sorry, we did not know this. Received information, we will turn the engine on and move away. Thank you.
So we head to the north?
Bye.
So I just realised they were calling us and they just told us that we need to get 2 miles offshore, which we didn't know this, and I don't know how you're supposed to know this really. We've been trying to check websites to see whether you can actually anchor here, but we can't seem to find any information. So, but we do know now that you're not allowed to, you've got to be 2 miles off, so now we're trying to race away to get away from the active volcano and try and get 2 miles offshore.
So there's the Italian Coast Guard vessel over there. It's shooing boats away from the island. It's a big one. It is, look at this. Kids! Oh, do you hear it? So we quickly turned around, and as we were turning around, there was a bang from the volcano, and then huge plumes of smoke coming off. So we kind of turned around and started racing away as quickly as we could, really. I think it's okay. I mean, it seems to have settled down a bit now. It's an amazing sight, though. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get so close to an active volcano and actually see it kind of erupting like that. Amazing.
We just passed Stromboli and it's active, like very active, so like smoke puffing out, and the coastguard said we have to like leave the place because it's a bit too dangerous. So yeah.
They just told us off for only being like 1 nautical mile offshore.
Chiappe and punta alla pronto. Security, security. All ships, all ships, all ships. This is Italian coastguard ship. Over. The navigation is strictly forbidden from the Stromboli Island up to nautical miles between Punta delle Chiappe and Punta alla Pronto. Security, security, security. All ships, all ships, all ships. This is Italian coastguard ship. Over.
So we've just worked out that actually they are doing security warnings on the VHF that you've got to stay 2 miles off, but we didn't catch that earlier. But yeah, we've realised that's where we get your information from, the channel 16, and they're doing security messages. So okay, now we know.
What are you having for breakfast?
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho.
So this is a really big thank you to our patrons for pledging to Mothership Adrift and supporting us on our journey as we travel around the world. This allows us to make stories and then share these stories with you. If you want to become a patron, it's really easy. Click on the Patreon button and join our family in this journey around the world.
And if you want to do it, do it.